Cap Willie, with the surprising results of the recent election and the changes in Washington, what are the expectations you see and the concerns that you have for the impact that's going to have on Rhode Island?
I think it's too early. I don't think we know. I mean, we can, every time you pick up the paper, it's like tax law changes until it's actually done. So whether it's the Affordable Care Act or it's education, every time I see a statement, 5 minutes later I see somebody undoing that statement. So I think a lot of what we talked about today, believe it or not, isn't necessarily impacted by all that. There's still a lot we can do here locally. I think empowerment of cities and towns and empowerment of states is high. And then we're going to have to deal with what happens. Yes, if Medicare or Medicaid, funding goes down a lot, that'll hit Rhode Island. And we'll all have to get in a room or groups in a room and figure out how to do it. I just find it personally, and as we navigate in the foundation right now, trying to prepare the best we can, but I have a clue.
I would agree with you on this, since we don't understand it as of yet. The only thing I know for sure that it won't be the same as we were on January 1st of 2018. I think the changes, the fundamental changes on the federal level, our concern is whatever the federal level does to limit regulatory issues or all the other issues, we'll be picking it up on the state level. So all of a sudden, if it's not over time, maybe we'll do that in Rhode Island as a state entity on the regulatory issues. If, for instance, some of the regulations on healthcare, et cetera, are taken away on the federal level, we get them to do it in Rhode Island. And so we become 150 again. We break that ecosystem of businesses, and that's our concern. And then the other one is pushing down all of the changes. If you read the stuff on the Republican stuff, you'll see that it fundamentally shifts the way we go back to management. It's more statewide than it is national. And so we have concerns about going back to the second question. The second point priority was the effectiveness of the government is to do what is may be coming.
Yeah, and I would add too that everyone's so focused on fiscal policy, and I'm celebrating the fact we'll now have it. You got to remember, we're actually fairly close to full employment. The Federal Reserve is going to tighten. The only question is how fast. No matter what, the dollar is going to strengthen. That's not going to help manufacturing. Interest rates are going to go higher. That's not going to help our housing sector. It's going to make business lending more difficult. But on the flip side, one of the things we glean, again, we don't know specifics, but I think there'll be some deregulation of the bad parts of Dodd-Frank so that it might actually become better for getting loans for small businesses. Part of that regulation rollbacks or whatever, but I think they're going to clean that up. Tax changes, we don't know how much they're going to be or when, but it's going to be an interesting 4 years.